Okay, this video is going to be very different from what you guys know. And if your attention span is around 7 seconds, which apparently is the most successful length for a YouTube short video, then look, this video is probably not for you, or maybe even this platform is also not for you. Maybe TikTok is the better alternative. You can tell I don't like shorts, but you know, YouTube tried to be TikTok. Different story for a different day. It is what it is. Having said all of this, you guys know me as the Galaxy Watch guy or the Galaxy Tab S6, 7, whatever, 8, 9 guy on YouTube, Galaxy Watch 4, 5, or 6. 7, not so much. And there's a reason for that, which I would love to share with you. So at least you guys know where you stand, and that's the least I can do for now. Look, there are many reasons why YouTubers quit the YouTube channel or change directions or do something else. Most of them really have been around for a long time. And after 10 years or even longer than that, they have been really successful. And as many people state, the ladder has been pulled up after them. Meaning that if you were to open a new YouTube channel right now, it's more difficult than ever. However, there is something that you should know. If you are planning to open up a YouTube channel, then it's not lost. I'll tell you that much. If you go back to my different approaches I had in the past, you will see that there are some videos where people actually told me when I published them, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Nobody is interested in this. Well, look, I'm looking from a consumer's point of view, especially when it comes to tech. I'm going on a website of a company and see, okay, what is it I would like to know beside the marketing? We all know the specs. The specs, there's so many YouTube channels that just present you the specs, and good for them. You will see the specs anywhere. But what is it you as a consumer is actually, or is important and valuable to you? And that's the approach I started to have. So, and at first, people hated on that, but then over time, the videos picked up. And the most obscure, at first, videos are the most successful. When I published the video, the Galaxy Watch 2 stainless steel versus Galaxy Watch 2
aluminum.
I still can't say the word properly. Nobody actually thought this would work, but people were interested because I put myself in your shoes. I thought, what is it when I go on Samsung.com, whatever website you are using, what is it you are after? Okay, is there a difference in size? Is there a difference in the internals? And guess what? There was a difference in internals as well. Anyway, long story short, this video had over 200,000 views. What I'm trying to tell you is, yes, the algorithm changes, so you cannot figure this out. Always. It will always change, and it may not be in your favor, it may be in your favor, depending on what content you are doing. If your angle is quirky and unique, the algorithm will pick it up eventually. The same I had with the LTE versus Bluetooth. Oh my God. At first, nobody cared. Like, who cares about this stuff? And look, this video has been so successful for a long time, and other content creator copied that. The whole thing, even the first one I just told you, LTE versus Bluetooth, and it's a free world. They can do whatever they like, but it picked up so much. I was the only person I'm telling you, this is a true story. I was the only person who published a video like that. So anybody in the world who wanted to know what the downfalls or what the positives are for having an LTE version of a Galaxy Watch, watch that video. And the response was overwhelmingly good, which I so appreciate. When it comes to the tech videos in the tech world, so there are certain components that will always accelerate bigger YouTubers versus smaller YouTubers. And that one huge component is already that these YouTubers are being invited to the events, whether it be Apple, whether it be Samsung or Google, whatever it is. And that's okay. They worked hard for that. That's all good with me. However, you will find that the most objective views of a device will come from smaller channels. I actually like to watch smaller channels more than bigger channels, and it is nice to see the big Hollywood production, and it is, in a way, it feels nice to watch all of this, and it's all colorful. And yes, there are people that are using $100,000 camera, not just one, more than one, plus the lens, and so on and so on. Yes, it is crazy. So, but then I don't care, because I want to know if some dude or if some woman, whatever, some guy or some woman has the watch and will do something with it, and it dies and it doesn't survive a 100-meter swim, then I want to know. I don't care if it is $100,000 production or not. I could not care less, because that person is truly offering me some value right here, right now. So I like these channels more than the bigger ones, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm just being real with you. And that is one of the problems. The other problems, the challenge is for every single smaller YouTuber, the financial investment. And if you would be a financial advisor to any of these YouTube channels, including myself, you would look at this and say, dude, this is not okay. You are spending a lot of money and you're not getting anything back. So if I would have invested in the Galaxy Watch 7 Ultra, which I absolutely love design-wise, I can tell you that. I love it. I went to this shop, I went to the store, and I actually think it is much better than the Apple Watch Ultra. Don't hate on me, I love the design. Absolutely. We know what Wear OS is already, and I would love to buy it. I have a challenge, an internal conundrum with me. I would love to give you that feedback. I would love to give you my quirky view on that, and I'm sure you would like it as well. I know you would like it. By the time I get the return on my investment, it's 6 months down the line and I didn't pay any bills yet. Look, this video is not to come out and say, oh my God, I have no money or whatever. I'm just stating the facts that we go through. And sometimes we have to make these more rational decisions and say, okay, look at this from an objective angle, just like we do with the review itself. We don't get invited to events. Fair enough. The algorithm is ever changing. I think that is an easy part to blame, which I'm not going to blame, because I've seen in the past that videos can go well if you put your mindset into a consumer's perspective and say, okay, just as I explained. Is it financially viable? It's going to take a long ass time for it to be financially available. Now, the pros of that is I love doing it. I absolutely love doing it. The stuff I learned, look, and this is the God's honest truth. The stuff I learned using a camera, using a Samsung Galaxy phone, using a Galaxy Watch, editing is just unbelievable. I can do an edit in no time. Is it the best edit? Probably not. Is it the worst edit? No, I can do better videos than probably a lot of corporations that pay $10,000 for a company who do just use stock footage. I've seen it. And everybody's over the moon when they look at that stock footage and have some dramatic music and some caption writing, which will probably take an hour to do. So I love that. I didn't even know what frame rate was at the time. I didn't know anything. Shutter speed, whatever. I mean, I still don't. I still figure my way around it. But I love doing it. I love giving you that perspective. And I don't care if it's overexposed, and I don't care if it's people say, oh, it flickers, it hurts my eyes. Well, then, sorry about that. I'm not perfect. But what I can tell you is that if my Galaxy Watch does not work, I will not make shit up. I will tell you straight up and say, look, this ain't working. It's overheating. And Samsung, it needs to be fixed. I don't see a lot of big channels doing that. Okay, so long story short again, my channel changed a lot when the Galaxy Watch 4 came out. The Galaxy Watch 4 was a kind of a milestone in the whole Galaxy Watch, well, range, if you like. And the reason being is Wear OS was on the Galaxy Watch for the first time. Before that, Tizen was on it, right? Samsung's own operating system. Wear OS and came on the Galaxy Watch. Samsung and Google did this huge partnership. And that was exciting to a lot of people. And the funny part of all of this is a lot of YouTubers ignored that until they saw what I did. And they said, oh, shoot, what is this guy doing? He's like sitting in his living room and coming up with all these things on Wear OS. Well, hang on, that doesn't work. We have to do something about that. So you can see where this is going, right? And that's okay. It's a free world. So all of that combined made me very hesitant, like the burnout. You have to be on the ball. There's no financial freedom. You don't really, like, you have a job at Starbucks that pays more than you have a YouTube channel, believe it or not. The other stuff, you have to, like, look, you have to buy the devices yourself. And that is okay. That will give you an objective view as well, because you just put your hard-earned money down and say, look, I'm in a consumer's shoe and I can't see that going down well with anybody out there. So it needs to be called out, and nobody likes to be called out. I could have done sponsorships. Yes, I could have done sponsorships. I don't want to. And so many times I look at the offer and say, yeah, this sounds really good. Do I really need an electric bike? No, I don't need an electric bike. I don't want an electric bike. No, so I'm not going to do it. Am I going to give you an application or a software that edits PDF free and all of that? No, why? You can Google that. You say, no. I don't know the company. I don't know. I wouldn't buy this. No, and I tried to do something. It is no fun. And I don't want to put that burden on you either. So that is my decision, and that made it a bit more difficult in terms of finances. And I also have a hard time to ask you to become a member of something. Like, okay, are you gonna be a member of my Patreon? And yes, you get to see the videos first. Is it really that important to see the video first when you can see them next day anyway? I don't know. I just have a hard time asking you for that. God's honest truth. I'd rather hear from you that, you know what, Jens, that's me. We actually like what you do, and we want you to continue. We do. We love your quirky perspective. We love your accent. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is, but the information is what really matters. And we don't care if you don't use the most flashy footage. If you are still on board, I will continue. I just don't know when. So if you are patient with me, it will pay off. That's what I can tell you.